FC Jeonnam, FC Jeonnam, FC Jeonnam. We are the winner, FC Jeonnam, FC Jeonnam, FC Jeonnam.
Ladles and jelly spoons, bugs and grubs, potatoes of all ages. It's time for a stream. It's time for the Wizard of Oz. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's party time here with the mighty Jeonnam Dragons. We're second in the league. I'm bringing up my face. Didn't even announce it before I pressed the button. How are you doing? I'm fixing lights. Let's just... There we go. I look a bit more human. Greetings. Happy Monday from the merry old land of Oz. It's me, your old mate DP, here in the DP Dome, ready to play some Football Manager 2023. Congratulations to Argentina winning the World Cup. What an epic match. Commiserations to France and Kylian Mbappe hat-trick. Yeah, there were 2 penalties, but talk about a pressure situation and put them in. Saw a meme, imagine scoring a hat-trick in a World Cup final and not walking away with the trophy. That's got to hurt. But, I mean, I guess debate settled between Ronnie and Messi. Messi got a World Cup. Ronnie's never going to get one. So, there you go. That, and Ronnie's burnt all his bridges in the last few weeks. So, yeah, that is done. What's not done is K-League 1 in the year of our Lord 2026. Our Lord, of course, being Nathan Fillion. Let's jump across to the game, get everything moving. I pressed the right button. I wasn't on the right screen. There we go. Hello, boys. Let's bring the ticker up. Haven't updated it. Well, what else is new? Bring up the face. Here we go. We're off and running. I'm holding a pen. Look at that. Why? I don't know. Just picked it up. Keep my hands busy. I did want to show you something that was rad that popped up. I've skipped ahead a little bit. We've got a game tomorrow, so we skipped ahead like 2-3 days. You didn't miss anything. One of the players got a grumpy on because he's not playing. Actually, he said, I don't think I'm good enough to play. Can I have a move? And I went, yeah. So we're going to sell him. Hey, Lucas is in. He's barely slept last night between the World Cup final, Cincinnati Bengals game today. Totally worth it. Gonna sleep like a baby. I get that. What a cracking game it was. I just did all my congratulations to Messi and Argentina. I read a story about the weird robe he had to wear for the trophy presentation, and apparently it's like a super big honor in Qatar, so I don't have a problem with it. Anyone who does can't be an idiot. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it was good times. What I did want to show you, besides the fact that we're second in the league in K-League 1 in our first season back up, that Choi Ho-Wan is our top scorer with 10 goals, and Ha-Si Jun, this kid, he's now 18, he's had a birthday, he's now 3.5-star central defender. That's not bad. He's a full 3-star right back. Don't forget, we turned him into a right back, trained him in that position, played him in that position over, what, 3-4 games at the end of last season, and now he's a gun. But check this out. In the league, he's got a goal. He's got 3 goals in the cup in one game. Our first cup game, he scored a hat-trick. That was brilliant. And then he went and scored again in the league. Awesome stuff. He is in fine form, and I'm absolutely here for it. And this popped up. Player of the Month accolades. Look at this. Where are they all from? Oh, that looks familiar. Why is that? It's us. Benny Davis, our Taiwanese/English midfielder. Top of the pops. 7 appearances in a month, which is insane. This schedule's going to kill people. 4 goals, 2 assists. Choi Ho-Wan. Our striker, 7.47, and Kim Hyun-uk, our midfielder, crushing it. So congrats to all our boys who are just generally being awesome. So our record 8 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. The losses suck, but we're only 6 points off the pace. And our next game is against Gimcheon, who have 3 of our players, because that's a team everyone goes to when they've got to perform their compulsory military service. And in the cup, we've drawn Bucheon 1995, who I'm pretty sure we consistently kicked the crap out of last season in K-League 2. So it's going to be fun times. It's not going to be a long stream because I want to get to bed at a decent hour. I was up late last night and then early this morning for the cup final. And I've still got a job to do for at least the next 3 days. I'm not getting fired or anything. Got leave coming up. It's going to be great. Enter contract negotiations. I don't think we will, if it's all the same as you. We're an A- with the board. They love me. The supporters, we're a C+. So we're up to this bizzo again. What are they grumpy about? We lost to Deju, we lost to Jeonnam, we lost to Get Soul. Well, there's nothing I can do about that, guys. We did smash the Busan Transportation Corporation. No more trains to Busan. 6-0. That was great. And they're loving Ha Si-jun, so they're going to see more of him. Dynamics are looking good. Training week. You need to do better trains. Not to Busan, just in general. Give these guys a pat on the head. Yeah, we've got a very young squad for the most part. And this schedule is taking a toll. We don't have enough substitutions to sub everybody over the course of a match. This is where I want to be. But look at this business. I'm not sure many will complain. Depends who's on the train. If it's the big guy, be loving it. Big guy with Pregger's wife. Oh, I love that movie so much. Like, it's awful, but it's brilliant. I love it. Probably 2 of my favourite movies for the last few years have been on trains. Train to Busan and Snowpiercer. If you haven't seen Snowpiercer, definitely see Snowpiercer. It's a little bit on the gory side, but it's Chris Evans not playing Captain America, and it's really, really good. Highly recommend it. Based on a graphic novel, don't you know? So, this schedule, all through, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games just in April. We played most of these last night. We still got a crazy schedule through May. It's not as crazy, but it's pretty bad. And then things sort of settle down towards the end of the season. But we've got Gimcheon next, and that's what we're heading into right now. So the tweakies I was talking about last night that I made seem to be working, which is a good thing. So in the back end, little glimpse behind the curtain while FM's doing its thing. I've had OBS, my streaming software, open, and I've had a browser window for monitoring like the health of the stream and bit rates and the chat and follows and all that stuff, so I know what you lot are up to. And it was eating all my CPU. So I found a trick in OBS that lets me load up all those bits from Twitch that tell me what's going on into like dockable windows in OBS. And now my machine's using way less resources and it seems to be keeping up a lot better. So that's a win, and a much better win, because I was getting desperate with all the weirdness that was happening and shopping for graphics cards, and they are expensive. And my PCs are all like low profile cases, so I can't get a grown up graphics card. I can't just go spend all that and the cost. So I'm not going to spend $2,000 on a friggin' RTX 4090 or something insane. But yeah, graphics cards. Oh. I wish we could just take full fat FM, whack it on a PS5. And we're still waiting for FM console, which I know is going to be a pared back version of FM, so it's not going to cut the mustard for entertaining you, all my peoples. Why can't you play in this game? You've already played today. Well, that doesn't seem right at all. dare say that's kind of infuriating. Turkman's still injured. Well, I guess Kim Jong-soo's going to come in because he can... We're sort of training him to play on the right. Rage a hole. It's real. I'm tempted to rest Donati, but I really want to beat Incheon. And you look at the conditioning of these players and where they're at, the match loads. It's pretty much heavy for anyone except our second string players. Cho Moo-hyung and Ha Si-jin have been getting a little bit of a breather from time to time. Here's Lucas. I've ever mentioned the Guitar Hero World Tour mod that lets you have a band consisting of home sits with John Wick, Meowth, and a table. Great time. That sounds phenomenal. The only thing that'd be better is replace a table with like Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, or Avocado from Final Space. Actually, now I want a Guitar Hero mod that'll give me Gary, Avocado, Little Cardo, and Clarence. Hell yeah. And they can play the all-time #1 hit, I Am Not a Douche Canoe. Speaking of Final Space, watch and stream and you've never watched Final Space, do it. Not right now, after the stream. Final Space is awesome. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love it to death. I'm very, very sad that it's all done. And they're not letting them make anymore. Yeah, there is, I think, a game floating around. I know there's a Rick and Morty one. And they were doing something for Final Space from memory. But Olin Rogers, the creator, is saying like he's still hoping to get something done to wrap up the story, because you can tell by the end of season 3, there's definitely more story he wanted to tell. And I think the other one he was going to do, that fantasy show with like magic and stuff, I think that's dead in the water now too, which is really sad. I don't want those things to not be a thing. I want all of them. But there is another season of what's it called? Close Enough, by the dudes who made Regular Show coming. I saw a trailer for that a while back and got very excited because I love that show too. We're playing football. There we go. There's Jesus, our saviour. Jesus Crespo, our £350,000 signing. Yeah, and he's been excellent, if not exhausted. Who else would be great in Guitar Hero? The crew from Firefly, that'd be brilliant. There's a goal by Choi Ho-won. Oh, we love it. And we're playing at home so we can hear the crowd today.
Jeonnam! Jeonnam!
Like, talk about atmosphere. World Cup finals got nothing on this stream. And that's why we're looking at the complete forward of streaming right here. As I have so often been called once. Randomly in stream. It's brilliant. We did a football goal. It's like my favourite thing. Donati's taking a knock. He's taking a knock. I'm not taking any chances. Ha Si-jin comes on. It's an easy change to make. Does mean we're shy a centre-back substitution. But that's alright. We're going to drop some prizes on the lads. Had a bed 2 Stormtroopers, a Scout Trooper, and Darth Vader play system up down. Nice. Although if it's Vader, shouldn't you play like Fire by Hendrix or Firestarter by Prodigy? I'm sure there's some song out there called The Floor is Lava. You can have a little tear rolling down his mask. Get the ball, guys. No. Oof. We're still very vulnerable with balls over the top. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Right, we're 1-0 up. We're playing Gimchon. We don't want to beat them too badly because these are all the military boys, so we might get shot. Things going well, you're capable of even better. Let's just blow some smoke up their collective patoots. And keep on keeping on. You can see from the fitness, like it's dropping so sharply. And usually I'm laughing at other teams when this happens to them. But it's happening to us. And I don't care for it. There's Chomu Hyun getting a header on. He's in exactly the same place that Hasi Jun's been scoring all his goals from. Either the corners or free kicks to the near post. He's just getting his head on him, making a nuisance of himself. DLC's included. There you go. You're welcome. I'm still itching to play guitar. My arm's still hurting. I'm not allowed. We're getting on to change a clock here, I think. Yep. Davis has got to come off. He is spent. Park Chan-young can come off for him. Can we sub Crespo? We can. That's an easy change. Carlos Aguilar comes on for him. And we got Lee Ji-hoon who can sort of play on the right or midfield. Kim Dong-soo who can sort of play on the right. We'll wait. We'll just monitor fitness in this area. Whoever goes red first gets subbed. Confirm those changes. Let's go. Someone needs to bring back the whole peripheral guitar genre again. Like they tried with Rock Band, whatever it was, the last one they did, which I didn't like at all. And then Guitar Hero Live, which I really enjoyed with the slightly different style controller. But that kind of died of... I was going to sub him too, and now he's being sent off. Yeah, we need like a remaster or something. It's time. It's definitely time. Well, I guess that settles the whole substitution issue, right? I think we put you on for Guan. And then we drop you back to there. Hey, we'll just go strikerless, I guess. Who are we going to play? Kim Dong-soo or Lee Ji-hoon? Who's got more goals so far this season? You have got 4 competitive goals. You have got 1 competitive goal. So Kim Dong-soo is going to come on and get a run. What's the worst that can happen? Rock Band 4 still gets DOC. I respect that. I've still got Rock Band 2014 or whatever it is sitting in the drawer that I've barely played. Yeah, the PS3 controllers probably won't work now. I mean, they might, but I doubt it. Because all the Wi-Fi and everything, I suspect, would be very different. We've held on there for a 1-0 win. There we go. That's my phone singing to us. That was nice of it. Put in an appearance. Chomu Hyun did really well. He's lost focus. Well, fine. I'm not going to talk to anybody else then, if that's going to happen. Yeah, there's still a bunch of tracks for, whatchamacall. I literally just said the name of the thing. Hacked we use it refers Guitar Hero TV. Yeah, Guitar Hero TV was weird. And I didn't like that they put a, like, DLC was always a thing for Guitar Hero, but the fact that the paid content or the stuff you had to fork out money for or redeem credits or whatever on Guitar Hero Live, you didn't get to keep it. It was either a timed thing, I think, or you got like one run through a set list or attempt at it, and then if you wanted to go again, fork out more cash. Yeah, good. Get rid of it. Was not my favorite thing. What? I was just talking about the game I've got sitting in the drawer, and the name's completely gone. Now I've got to Google it. It's PS5 game. Rocksmith. That's what I was trying to think of. Bloody Rocksmith. Painkiller by Judas. Who doesn't want to play Painkiller by Judas Priest for 13 hours? That's how I did this. Not really. Pretty sure I did this playing Kingfish riffs for about 13 hours straight on the Gretsch. Yeah. Mad practice. I started reading wrist. No, elbow. But pain's like all down my arm, so it all goes all down here at certain angles. It's very frustrating. We're gonna have to play the kid at left back. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. Back to youth. That's our rule. That's how we do it around these parts. Damn straight. Oh, we've got a 6-day gap till the next games. It's a miracle. Everybody have 2 days off. Training, rests, do nothing for 2 days. Go home, put your feet up. Chillaxify. Goodness me. Oh, it's a long season. It's not. Where are we now? Still second, but we've closed the gap. We haven't really closed the gap. John Bucker. Why have they still got 3 games in hand on us? Are they playing in the ACL or something? Competition, senior squad. Yep. So they're out here. Well then, play your bloody games and catch up, you monsters. 3 games in hand. I call shenanigans. Ash Ketchum finally won a league. I saw that apparently the next Pokemon thing is not going to have Ash or Pikachu. I was like, wow. They must be really tired of making money. Another takeover bid. Of course it is, because there's a transfer window coming up. Let's check the training schedule. Calendar. Let's get a match review in here, please. Because we can in the first time in forever. Bit of mini golf and some team bonding. Get that going. Oh, it's amazing. Community outreach there. Team bonding here. We can do match reviews again. These players aren't going to be dead. Oh, it's a whole new world has opened up to us. It's a miracle. A Christmas miracle. Player of the Week news is this guy with a... I mean, obviously this dude is a super villain. Look at him. Or Bond villain. One of the newer Bond villains, because they always tend to be young, not old, like they used to be. There you go. There's a lot of things to do. Yeah, I get that. And it's always kind of weird when you keep a main character, what, like 10 years old for 20 years? Like, let the dude finish school. I haven't seen any of the new... Mysterio, indeed. What was the last one I watched? It would have been that Sun and Moon one, I think. The super weird one. But he did win, but it was like the totally booked competition and he shouldn't have won anyway. Yeah. We watched. Yeah, it was a Sun and Moon one we watched. We went straight through, and then we went back to watch a Final Space because it's required viewing. The Gospel according to the Gary. That's right. Yeah, and the black and white I was struggling with because I didn't know who anybody was. I was very confused. What was the one? I think it might have been X and Y, the one with the cruise ship and the funny little dudes running around. That was great. That's what's great about Final Space. You can knock it all over, and if like, it's not an all-day thing. It's like half a day you can knock it over. It's an easy watch. It was more intense in that last season though. Wasn't as laugh a minute. Oshawott, that's the one. Oshawott. Oh yeah, that Oshawott scene lives rent-free in my brain forever. Oh, Jeonnam, stop winning. You're making it really hard for us to overtake you. They've just played a couple of games in really quick succession, so maybe their players are going to die now, and we can beat them and make up some ground. Doesn't look like it though. They just won 4-0, and this Gustavo clown's still banging in the goals. That's annoying. Still have a 3-2. Yep. Lock it in forevermore. And young. I'm not changing anything. Press conference. Actually, we will need to make some changes for this match because of other injuries. You need to come out of the team, which is frustrating. Can I put Benny Warland in? Will it let me? Because he can, yeah, he can totally play left back. Look at that. He's a gun. Ew. Why aren't you in the squad? Get up here, you cheeky little monkey. There we go. It's better. Who are we playing? Anyang. Where are you in the league? 11th. Well, then we're going to start Carlos Aguilar, and we're going to give Jesus a breather. And RC Jean can start at right back. Yeah. Yeah. And Kim Ho-Seok can play another game at left mid. Look, oh, look. He's a little bit more orange. We're gonna make him green. I swear it. X Miles only leveling a 10. Past the bake incident. Did I see that? I don't remember. I remember the one with what's her face, the chick, and her side duct was going off his head, and she just smacks it. That made me laugh. Good times. I still haven't seen Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I'm going to do that this weekend. I've been very lax But then I've been busy as hell for the last couple of weeks. Wasn't in the show. Really? The Smacky one wasn't in the show? Oh, that's right. Yes. For a second I was like, when did you paint walls? But, yeah, you held massively. And now I got to clean it up. Good times. Yep. Psyduck slapping. Should be an Olympic sport. Psyduck slapping. Psyduck slapping World Cup. Bring it on. Been on a good run. Get out there and impress me, kids. Make me proud. Let's win this game. Let's keep our run going. I don't want to lose. Losing sucks. So you haven't watched Andor? You should watch Andor. You'll like Andor. Andor's really good. I haven't watched the new cartoony stuff with Dooku and Ahsoka yet either. So I need to check that out. But we get new Bad Batch early next year. New Bad Batch. Bring it on. I'm still pumped for Ahsoka. That's going to be cool. And they're talking about making more movies, and I don't care. It's like, just don't make movies. Just make good TV. Let Filoni and Favs do whatever the hell they want. Let them run it. And it's all on Disney Plus, so you don't even have to pay like distribution costs. Disney. Because, you know, Disney need all the help I can get, so I'm happy to offer them advice. Times are tough, you know how it is. That was a weird shot, Kim Ho-seok, but fill your boots. So they made a movie. Rise of Skywalker. Like, for anyone who liked Rise of Skywalker, it's fine. I hated it. It was the worst. It was like, let's just go through every post on like 4chan or 8chan, because we assume they're the biggest fans in the world, and all the stuff they're saying they want, let's just do that and ignore everything else. It's like, oh, we're bringing the Emperor back? Really? I mean, spoilers, but it's been out for years at this point. Didn't enjoy it. And that's right, we did the little marathon and we compared Rise of Skywalker and Revenge of the Sith. Because I was convinced there's no way Rise of Skywalker could have been worse than Revenge of the Sith. And it absolutely was. I ate humble pie that night. We're not winning this football game. And I don't care for it. A young left back's not getting the business done. This is the second time he started a game. And the second time he's had a very, very low rating. He is only 17. He's clearly not as awesome as the other guys. Don't give away a penalty and don't concede a goal. They're like my only rules, guys. Watch Sith. 100,000 times before Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. For realsies. Alright, we need to replace him. I'm going to throw Donati on just to fill in out there because he cannot do any worse. Choi really hasn't shown up, but he's not doing anything wrong. We're going to play Lee Ji-hoon up there. Aguilar's been fine, but we're going to rest you. Kim Ho-seok again, crushing it on the left. So, this experiment's coming along nicely. And we'll leave it at that for now. It's instructions. Let's stop doing that. And we're gonna go positive, I think. King's exhausted now, so fresh legs. Throw Benny Warland on. There we go. Yeah, my file's cool and all. Come on, guys, let's do something. Are we gonna draw? That's annoying. 0-0. You had a week off, guys. Get it together. You've not trained well. You've been great. It's all the prize I'm giving out. Sith Dude has a funny moments. Had the R2 stuff. We got our hello there meme. Like, just some weird decisions with the prequels and the sequel trilogy. The early ones, no. Iron Man's fantastic. Cap 1's awesome. Thor 1, Thor 2, but they're fun enough. I love the first Captain America movie. It was made by the dude who made The Last Boy Scout, Shane Black. Actually, no, sorry, not Shane Black. Captain America 1, I'm sure it was Shane Black, but I'm probably wrong. I'm going to Google it. I've got the internet right in front of me. But it was made by the same dude who made The Rocketeer. Captain America, First Avenger, director, Shane Black, Joe Johnston. I'm bad. And I should feel bad. Shane Black, director. Yeah, there we go. Shane Black did. He wrote the screenplay for Lethal Weapon. Collaborated on Lethal Weapon 2. He wrote Last Boy Scout, Long Kiss Goodnight, Last Action Hero. Iron Man 3 is the one he directed, which I know everybody hates. Did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. But yeah, Joe Johnston made The Rocketeer, made Captain America 1. I love that movie. Won't hear a word against it. Hulk doesn't even count, man. Hulk was like not technically MCU, but Incredible Hulk is better than Hulk. The one with Ed Norton. Still not brilliant, but now you kind of got to take it into account. Because we've got Abomination back and Don Cheadle was the man. Yeah. And it's because it's out of place. Like, when they made Incredible Hulk, there was like a loose idea, and you've got the post-credit thing. But I don't think there was any huge plan at that point to keep it all super tight. Yeah, the Eric Bana Hulk movie. I remember seeing it in the cinema and thinking that was really interesting, because they did some cool stuff. Like Ang Lee did some cool stuff with like framing and using like comic panel style shots and stuff. It was really cool. But the plot, and especially the ending, is friggin' nonsense. Yes, of all the movies ever made, it was one of them. Absolutely. No one can ever take that away from them. That movie happened. He is. Crespo would be a star player for most K-League 1 sides. Absolutely would. Look at that. Full 5 stars. Full 5 stars. Hey, Chuckman's training again. Chuckman. We're going to be at full strength to battle Guangzhou. My least favorite Marvel movie was Eternals. I wanted to like Eternals. I really, really did. I just didn't. And they're going to have a really hard time convincing people that they're a legit thing. After No Way Home came out, I binged every... I did exactly the same thing. I went back and watched all the Spideys, except for the Raimi Spideys, because I don't like them anymore. I just don't enjoy them, but that's probably because I watched the crap out of them when they were released. And Spider-Man 3 is a dog's breakfast of a film. I don't care what you say. But yeah, I'm with you. Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know why anyone would be anti that movie. It's great. Like, legit great. I didn't like that they killed Captain Stacy. Spoilers for a 10, 15-year-old movie. Yeah, that bugged me. But other than that, and the whole subplot with his parents, like, I know where they were going because I kind of did it in the books, but you don't need that. Yeah, that's my problem with the Raimi movies. And I know everybody's like mental now for Tobey Maguire and, oh, he should get another movie and everything else. Go back and watch the OG Spider-Man flicks. Just go back and do it, because his Peter Parker was not funny and just annoying. I didn't like his Peter Parker ever, and it's weird that he was like almost 30 playing a high schooler. Just no. I didn't like his Spider-Man because his Spidey wasn't like quippy enough. He wasn't Spidey. The whole thing with Spider-Man is like Peter's the nerdy kid and everything, but he's not. Like, anyone who knows him, like Harry Osborn or MJ or Gwen Stacy and the people around him, Betty Brant, know that like he's actually cool. Like, he's a funny guy and he's caring and he's sweet and he's all these things, and everyone overlooks it because he wears glasses and he's a bit of a science nerd and he gets picked on for it. But when he puts on the suit, it becomes like a different person. He's full of like confidence and he feels powerful and he feels strong and he's driven by that moral compass. But like the funny side of him and everything else comes out. And they kind of did that with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Like the dude with the chick and he's got a knife. He's like, oh no, a knife, my one weakness. And he just like webs the dude. Like, just no. Thought that was cool. And again, they didn't do enough of that either. You get a lot more of it with the Tom Holland, which is cool. Again, I've been around for all three. Like, I went to see movies just to watch the original Spider-Man trailer before they had to redo it because of the Twin Towers and everything else. Like, I was that dude paying full price to watch a like 1 minute trailer where you really didn't see Spider-Man. I was so excited. And yeah, my favorite Spidey is Tom Holland. We've got 2 players called up by South Korea for the World Cup. Hey! Kevin Smith's take on Spider-Man 3 is my favorite one, which is, that was Sam Raimi basically saying to the studio, just fire me. I don't want to do this. Like, just trying to get fired. And he didn't want to make that movie. He's been on record saying he wanted to make the 3rd movie about Vulture. That's what he wanted to do. Vulture or maybe Mysterio. And they kind of forced him to do the Venom thing and the 2 villain thing, and his heart just wasn't in it. But the whole dance scene and whatever, it's just weird, isn't it? Yeah, I agree. Spider-Verse is... Nah, he's out. 3 to 5 weeks. Pulled his abba-dabba ding-dongs. God damn it, Francesco. Poor timing, sir. Yeah, Spider-Verse was excellent. And I've watched it so many times. And I own it on Blu-ray, and I own it on HD Blu-ray, and I stream it. Had the Vulture suit for Spider-Man 3. There you go. It was a thing. I don't know who they were going to get to play it, but it was definitely a thing. And the 2 best things out of Spider-Man 3 were Bruce Campbell cameos in all 3 of them. And J. Jonah Jameson. J. Jonah Jameson casting. Perfection. Never get any better. I lost my mind when he popped up in the post credits for Far From Home. Oh, so good. Time for a press conference. Your form deserves recognition, does it? It does, at a 7.4T. So is yours. Excellent. Who should get the Ballon d'Or? Well, obviously, one of my players. Ah, but you haven't even listed any of them. No comment. I don't care. All of those players are rubbish. Never heard of them. Erling Haaland. Don't know who he is. Kylian Mbappe. No idea. Oh, yeah, it's Spider-Man 4. Yeah. John Malkovich. Oh, that would have been brilliant. That would have been super cool. That being said, I loved Michael Keaton as Vulture. That scene in Homecoming in the car, where he's just talking to him and he's figured out that he's Spidey. He's pulled the gun and he's not yelling, he's not screaming. It's just that, like, cold, matter of fact. Ugh. Brilliant. I've watched that scene a million times. It really is. It's so well done. And the scene at the end, after he brings down the building on Spidey and he's like stuck and... Yeah. That's the sort of scene that used to always happen in the comics. Because Spidey never really had an easy run, ever. Like, ever. It was always stuff like that, where he just gets the absolute living crap kicked out of him. Yeah, and somehow he's got to pull it out of the fire. But yeah, I thought Tom Holland in that scene was amazing as well. Where's Turkman? You fit enough to play? Not really. Still training tomorrow. Sad times. Hey, it's Mr. Zach Meyer. Welcome, sir. Happy Messianic holiday for Mr. Messi, I guess. Congrats to Argentina. Did you enjoy Far From Home rewatching it? I really like Far From Home. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was awesome as Mysterio. It's got more Ned. I like Ned. That whole subplot of Ned and Betty just cracks me up. I just thought that was really funny. Having been on school trips like that, it just makes me laugh. I've lost a player. Where's John J? Oh, he's been playing defensive midfield while Turkman's been out. I'm like, where's the dude I throw on at midfield? Did he cease to exist? He didn't cease to exist. He's played the last 5-6 games. Aren't you glad I'm paying attention? I'm all over it. It's fine. Right, we want a better game out of Troy. I think we're going to start Go here. Or do we start Guan on the left and... Nah, we'll go with this. This will do. Benny Warland's troubled. Carlos Aguilar's troubled. Don't be troubled, kids. I got this. We got this. It's fine. Yeah, the bit on the bus. We didn't need the scene on the bus. With the drones and stuff. But I guess the drone stuff sets up the reveal later. So, yeah. Other ways you could have done it. But it was fine. It wasn't hurting anybody. And then at the end, when we get to see Talos again, that made me happy. Because you give me more Ben Mendelsohn, I'm a happy man. I'm easily pleased. Especially as Talos. Because, yeah. I don't care what anyone says. Captain Marvel was awesome. I love that character. I love that movie. It is weird that I get so many like suggested news stories in my news feed of like, oh, check out this picture of Brie Larson wearing a floral top. And I'm like, I don't need to see that. And I don't want to. I don't care. That's not news. Like, tell me Captain Marvel's fighting in the next one. I don't want to think about it as Brie Larson. Just Captain Marvel. Show some respect. As long as they don't do what they did in the comics and turn Captain Marvel into a total jerk, then I'll be annoyed. Hey, we did a goal. I nearly didn't start, Troy. End scene with Jonah. Yep. You hear that voice and you're just like, what the hell is happening? So much joy. And I'm sick of reading news stories about plot holes in No Way Home. Like, oh, Electro shouldn't have been there. Blah, blah, blah. Like, just shut up. We got a non-blue redeemed Electro. Who practically had the proper Electro suit on. Like, just enjoy it. And then at the end with the like, oh my god, like even more comic accurate suit. Oh. Stuff that dreams were made of. It was all like shiny and super blue. It was like straight out of the OG comics and straight out of the giving away penalties. Straight straight out of the 90s cartoon. So good. Giving away a penalty. What are you doing, Cho? You idiot. It's not what I pay you for. Oh, at least he won with the save. Yep. And I love that shot in the last fight that they used in the trailer and like edited out all the villains, and that's the one everyone was talking about. Like, they're all going for something. And you see that shot in the film and you're like, I knew it. Look at that. Saves a penalty. Boom. 7.9. Player of the game. No question. Second half. Let's go. I was bummed that Spidey had to forget, like everyone had to forget Spidey. And, yeah, the worst bit in the middle, I'll never be over it. You kind of knew it had to happen at some point, but still, it's like, oh, man. Nah, Stanley Cup for Avalanche isn't the same. No Way Home at midnight screening. Pretty friggin' epic. Especially when, like, Toby and Andrew walked through those portals and the crowd just went nuts. Poor Zach. He's completely in the dark. There is football going on for you, Zach. We didn't forget about it. I'm trying to cover all the things. I'm a massive Marvel nerd. You may have noticed. But yeah, all the Marvel movies. How did we even get onto this, Lucas? Oh, I was saying, like, I haven't seen Wakanda Forever yet. For no other reason than I've been busy, and I think there's part of me who's like, I want to put it off as long as possible because I know there's no Chadwick. What a goal from Davis. What a goal from Benny Davis. Permanent hearing damage in that screen caused it. Yeah. That or Cap catching Mjolnir in Endgame. Or Cap actually saying Avengers Assemble in Endgame. Cinema I was in went 8. Deadpool on Valentine's Day. Literally how they marketed that movie. It was genius. It's a love story, which it was. It just also included Deadpool stabbing dudes in the guts and cutting them in half. Or cutting heads off with motorbike chains, or, you know, the usual stuff. Deadpool 1 was brilliant. Deadpool 2 is not as good, but it was more Deadpool, so I was like, it's fine, do whatever you want. And they gave me cable. I'm a little bit sad we won't get Weasel back. Weasel was always one of my favourite characters in the books, so that's a bummer. But yeah, Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. And Lucas can attest to this. I've been calling that out for years. That if they do a third Deadpool, should be a road trip movie with Wolverine. And that Hugh Jackman would come back to do it. And then everyone thought I was crazy. Well, who's laughing now? I'll tell you who's laughing. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, because they're going to be freaking billionaires. That movie's going to make all the money. And I mean all the money. We need more substitutions, yeah. Oh, look at that. Lee Ji-hoon can play midfield like proper and all. I'll be buggered. We're going to sub there. There's only 10 minutes left. As usual, what's the worst that can happen? About to find out. Yeah, forget buying Wrexham Football Club. He will buy Wrexham. He'll just own Wales after Deadpool 3. And I have no problem with that. One of my favourite ideas for Deadpool coming into the, like, all the Marvel movies is use Deadpool as a new Stan Lee. Do Deadpool 3, wrap up his standalone movies, that's fine. And then moving forward, just have him pop up in all of them. Have a chat to the audience. Do something stupid. That's all you need. I would love to see that. Lacey Juan, what a hero. We bounced back after a very ordinary draw. 5 in a row without a loss. Choice train well. We'd love to see that. I forget the choice only 18. That's why he's inconsistent. So I think it is a case of when he has one of his down games and he's like after half time he's on a 6.3, 6.4. We don't persist. We get him off the pitch because he's just having a bad day and he's 18. And the more that happens, the more he'll get stuck in a run of bad form. You got to break the cycle, remind him like you're not indispensable. And then we'll get some goodness. Yeah, we're gonna give everybody a couple more days off. Don't need to. Next game's not for 9 days, but a couple of days rest, back into training. We'll see how we go. How long have we been streaming for? It's already been an hour. Good lord. How's the league table looking? Freaking glorious. So Ulsan and Jeonnam still have a game in hand on us. Do they still want Detective Pikachu 2? I will watch the ever-loving crap out of a Detective Pikachu 2. I don't care how they make it a thing, how they justify it. You can't just do the same story again. Nah, you don't even need a game to go with it. I mean, they'll do one. But you don't need it. People will just go see the movie off its own bat. I saw a bunch of people who talk about it. Henry Cavill was doing a thing with Amazon for Warhammer. 40k. That could be amazing. I'm not a Warhammer dude. I don't have any little figures. I don't paint them or anything. But the last month or so, a bunch of people have been streaming the new game, Darktide. And that game looks fun as hell. Gory as hell, but fun as hell. So yeah, I've had like a passing interest. I'm like, if he wants to do something where he whacks on a Space Marine suit and mashes the crap out of orcs or whatever the hell. Like, I enjoyed The Witcher. I'll watch Henry Cavill mash things with swords for a few hours, no problem. I've also been keeping half an eye on the whole James Gunn and the other dude going to DC and trying to fix all the DC movies. Yikes. No more Henry Cavill as Superman. Man, sad times. Haven't had new games grab you? Yeah, I was tempted to grab God of War Ragnarok. And then I was like, I still haven't played God of War. So, no. And then I was going to grab Horizon Forbidden West. And then remembered I haven't finished Horizon Zero Dawn yet. Or the Frozen Wild DLC. So I've got to get around to that. And then I didn't even know it was coming, but they've done a remaster of Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I had that game on my PSP and I loved it. So I want to play it on PS5. And then I remembered I still haven't played the Integrate DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've got games sitting in a drawer over there that are still wrapped in plastic that I have not played. Yeah, people love Elden Ring. I don't think it's my kind of game. I still haven't finished Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man. I still haven't played Spider-Man Miles Morales. Because I'm not playing that until I finish Spider-Man. And here I sit, playing Football Manager, like every other night, like a maniac. Because no matter what, this is the game I keep coming back to year after year after year after year. Because it's the best.
Oh, but the match engine, it's got 1990s graphics. It's the worst.
It's awesome. Shut your face. Go play FIFA's manager mode for half an hour and then come back to me and tell me it's better than FM. It's not going to happen. Death Stranding. By the time I finish Spider-Man and Miles, I'll be another 3 out. Yeah, well, Spidey 2... I think not next year, the year after, 2024? But maybe next year? I don't know. But I think it's the year after. So, I'm on the clock. But from all reports, Miles Morales is a shorter game. So, I might be able to make it. Yeah, Death Stranding, Zach, I was really curious about it because it's a Kojima game. And I loved Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2 back in the day. Never played any of the other games after that. Because again, surprise, surprise, I never finished Metal Gear Solid 2. I did finish Metal Gear Solid 1 though. On my PlayStation, PS1. Clock that bad boy. So, what was I doing? I was watching one of the gaming channels. And they take like all the cutscenes and a bit of gameplay and basically just turn it into a movie. And that's kind of how I get a feel for like the opening half an hour to an hour of a game, whether or not I want to get it and dive in. And I was watching that for Death Stranding, and yeah, it didn't grab me. was not my thing. I was thoroughly confused. But it's Kojima, so it's either gonna suck you in straight away or it's just not. So I get why you would dig it. Because you're a weirdo. No. One game that got me, it was part of PlayStation Plus a few years ago when I was living in Cairns on the like northeastern coast of Australia. I lived up there for a few years. It was a game I'd never heard of, and I booted it up because I was like, you know what, I get these free games every month. The name of this game is weirding me out and I want to check it out. And it was Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I don't know if you ever played it, but that is legit a walking simulator. Like Death Stranding's got like beasties and stuff that are trying to eat you or whatever the hell, and babies in bubbles and all that stuff. But yeah, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is basically a walking simulator. But it's done in a really, really clever way, and I highly recommend it. Like, I finished it, because I started playing it, and it freaked me out. Because it felt like a survival horror for the first couple of hours I was playing it, and I was waiting for something to come out and eat me. And then as I got further into the game, I was like, oh, okay, so this is what it is. And then I couldn't get enough of it. So I think I'm not a fast gameplay. I'm not a speed runner or anything else. And I can take months, years. You heard my list of games I haven't finished that are like years old at this point. But yeah, that one I finished in like 2 days. Absolutely loved it. Turkman's twisted his ankle and is now out for up to 8 weeks. He was just coming back from an injury. He's very injury prone. Every plays plus game, but like rarely play him. Yeah, I'm the same. I grab them all because I'm like, at some point, if I have time, I will check these out. I never really do. I think you've booted more stuff up on my machine, Lucas, than I have, or played more off PlayStation Plus than me. I even signed up to the like top tier of the new PlayStation structure, so I get all the extra bits and the classics and all the Ubisoft Pass and whatever the hell. I'm still not playing anything. I haven't switched my PlayStation on for weeks. And when I do, it's usually because I can't be bothered going to get my phone off the charger and I want to stream something to watch. So I just use the PlayStation as a really expensive Chromecast. Really big, really expensive Chromecast. So I think the last time I switched it on... What was it for? Oh, because I had like an Apple TV subscription. I still got it. It was like free for 6 months. That I forgot about from when I bought the PlayStation 5. And I got an email about it. So I jumped on and switched that on and started watching stuff on Apple TV. There were a couple of shows I wanted to check out. So it was a couple of weeks ago, I finished off the series C with Jason Momoa. I really dug that series. That was really fun. And now I'm just hanging out for more Ted Lasso, which I suspect will be the final season of Ted Lasso. I'm going to talk to this guy about a loan spell. He's not playing enough. I'm disappointed. I've just told that guy, I don't know if I can trust you with loan plays in the future. This dude manages Jeonnam, the military team. So I don't really have a vote in whether or not my players go there. But hey, I told him I did. The game is weird, man. Yep. But then a lot of the games I really love, like Final Fantasy VII, most people would play that and just be like, this is super weird. Why do you like this crap? Or Final Fantasy VIII, or Final Fantasy IX, or Final Fantasy X. And yes, the irony that they're up to, or they will be up to Final Fantasy 16 is the next one. And it's still called Final Fantasy. That irony is not lost on me. I get it. They just need to stop messing with the combat. Oh my god. Kingdom Hearts. You can pinpoint the moment that Kingdom Hearts loses its frickin' mind. Because Kingdom Hearts 1, you can follow what's going on for most of that game. Yeah, exactly. No, this is it. This is the end of the story. Or is it? But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 is totally fine right up until you've got to go to Beast Mansion from Beauty and the Beasts. You get to that point and it just goes completely off the friggin' rails. And then it just keeps going further and further off the rails. Because to even understand... Yes, that's the problem. The maths equations. You've got to solve those equations to understand Kingdom Hearts 2. And the problem with Kingdom Hearts 2 is even at the very beginning of that game, you have no friggin' clue what's going on unless you've played the 6 or 7 other games that only came out on the DS or only for certain versions of the DS, and you can only play them during a full moon when Jupiter and Uranus are aligned. I picked Uranus on purpose because it makes me giggle. But yeah, I don't know. I do remember my favourite bit of Kingdom Hearts 2 was in a battle where they put a counter on the screen with like 1,000 Heartless, and every time you bop one with the Keyblade, the counter comes down. That was fun as hell. I really enjoyed that battle. Another game or show that loses its mind halfway through. Do I have the show for you? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's incredibly stupid, but in such a way that you have to keep watching to see how far they will go. Hang on. What was it called? It was on Netflix. And I binged the crap out of it because I could not believe my eyes. What is it called? It is called... There's only 2 seasons of it. And the way it ends, I'm pretty sure it ends that way because they got their asses cancelled. It's called Salvation on Netflix. Check it out. Here's the blurb for it. You ready for this? An MIT grad student and a tech billionaire team up in a desperate bid to stop an asteroid from colliding with Earth. That's the premise of the show. Okay? MIT grad student, tech billionaire, asteroid. How do we stop the asteroid? That's where it starts. Where it goes, you are not ready for. I'm not saying anything else. You've just got to watch it. Moonfall I watched, and it was so bad that I loved it. The best part of that movie was the geeky guy. He's my hero. He was fantastic. But the lead dude in it was awful, and Halle Berry was awful. And that's what made that movie fun. They're telling me Kim Dong-soo lacks the potential to make it here. Excuse me, 5-star potential. I am not ticking that box. Goalkeeper? Yeah, good luck finding a goalie. They don't exist, mate. Roland Emmerich. Oh, that's who it was. Yeah. Moonfall. But yes. Bayformers. No. Just no. I will check out the Beast Wars one though. That could be fun. The next one that won't have Mark Wahlberg in it or anything nuts. And the new Optimus Prime model, it's like the Peterbilt truck. Oh, OG Optimus Prime. So I'm like, yes, that's what we want. Bumblebee's still wrong, but you know, we can't win them all. But yeah, that could be cool. But yes, look, definitely watch Salvation. Watch it with a notepad, and every time you're like, what, or what the, anything like that, just like make a mark on the notepad. See how many marks you've got by the end of season 2. You'll be surprised. Forgot about the NASCAR transform. I was in the third one, wasn't it? Not Dark of the Moon. Yeah, Dark of the Moon. Because Revenge of the Fallen, it's the one where the Shia LaBeouf goes to some like shadow robot heaven or some crap after he dies and Optimus dies. Yep. Bumblebee movie, missed opportunity. They could have redeemed him, kept him as a Beetle, and they're like, no, we signed a very hefty contract with Dodge or whatever the hell. Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen. He goes to college, and the chick is a robot, which is weird because apparently Transformers are shapeshifters as well. When did that happen? And the bit in the forest where he's fighting Megatron and gets killed like halfway through the film. And all of those movies just wasting Megatron time after time after time. Even the first one, you had Hugo Weaving doing the voice of Megatron. It could have been epic. And he was just a throwaway waste of a villain. He did rip Jazz in half though. That was pretty cool. And it looks like they're bringing in Mirage for the next one. Mirage is one of my favourites. But he's not a Formula 1 car. So it doesn't count. They didn't even make Soundwave radio, idiots. I'm not bitter. Oh, you've got me ranting about Transformers now. That's not fair. Foul play, I say. What's going on here? Are we winning? Not yet. Yeah, Sentinel Prime, and he's like, haha, surprise, I'm a bad guy. And you're like, yes, we all saw that was a distinct possibility out of frickin' nowhere. Yeah, it's one of the few redeeming features. And what's his face? Playing the agent for Sector 21 or whatever the hell it was. He was cool. Except, is it the second one with Devastator? I think it's the second one where they did Devastator, and for some reason they decided Devastator needed testicles that were wrecking balls. Like, literal wrecking balls. So dumb. And the two, like, really racially insensitive robots. Yeah, they look god awful in the movies. They never even really used Starscream right either. Starscream had like bog all to do all the way through. Is he offside? Got the flag up over there? Tell me that dude was offside. Ah, rubbish. Yep. Non-factor. And wasn't one of them in the horrible Mark Wahlberg one, The Last Night? Wasn't one of them meant to be Hot Rod? And he like absolutely wasn't Hot Rod. Not even close. Bayformer sucks. Yeah, except for the movie Rockstar. Rockstar was great. And Ted. Ted was fun as hell. Oh, and Three Kings. Three Kings. With Mark Wahlberg, George Clooney, and Ice Cube. It's a good film. You can watch, you're allowed to watch Mark Wahlberg in Three Kings. But that's it. Right, we need to change this game a little bit. Let's turn off the work ball in the box, because that usually does the job. See, I used to be that way. I used to refuse to watch anything with Brad Pitt in it. And then, of all the movies to turn me around, I went to see a dodgy rom-com, because it was my girlfriend at uni's turn to pick at the time. I went to see The Mexican. It was him and Julia Roberts and James Gandolfini, the dude from Sopranos, and someone else. And yeah, I was like, wow, Brad Pitt can actually act, and he was really funny, and I really enjoyed him in that. I hated the movie, really enjoyed him in that movie. Yeah, and then I saw him in a bunch of other stuff and was like, yeah, okay, I don't hate him. And Fight Club. He was phenomenal in Fight Club. And same with Ryan Gosling. Had no interest at all in Ryan Gosling. And then I saw him in The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe. And that's one of my favorite movies of all time. That movie is... oh, I love it. That one was Shane Black, who I was talking about before. If you've never seen Nice Guys, see Nice Guys. The Nice Guys. Really good film. It is change of clock. Our centre backs are dead. We've killed our centre backs again. Carlos Aguilar. We're gonna move. I was gonna move Peasey Jean over. Yeah, Peasey Jean comes over for Crespo, and then Huang Taiwan. And that'll do. Whoever wants a breather, you need to get tired fast. You'll be next. You can't hate the Sandman. Go watch Happy Gilmore. That's your homework. Happy Gilmore's a masterpiece. I mean, it's absolutely not a masterpiece, but it's a masterpiece, I tell you. That's not the substitution I wanted to make at all. It was this one. There we go. I love Happy Gilmore. You're too good for your home. And Billy Madison. Love Billy Madison. Always will. I don't get roped into watching those. They're required viewing. Like, absolutely required. Yeah. He made... because I know he started doing the flicks on Netflix. And I know he did like he did the Western one, was like the first one he did. And I got 5 minutes into that and was like, no, this is horrible. And I've never been back to it. But then pretty much every flick he's done after that on the Netflix side, I don't know, they're all crappy rom-coms. He did one with Drew Barrymore. He's got a couple with Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, Pixels is pretty bad. And what is it, Herbie Halloween or whatever the hell? I didn't like that one. But all the others, I really, really enjoyed. And he's an underrated actor. He can actually turn it on. We won another football right there, we did. And now, 51st Dates is one of my favourites. It's got Sean Astin and Dan Aykroyd in it. What's wrong with you? Oh. Love 51st Dates. Hate Rob Schneider. I hate Rob Schneider with a passion. And he pops up in every Sandman movie, and I hate all of those moments. I cannot stand Rob Schneider. He's a creepy, creepy guy. He doesn't make me laugh. I don't think anything he's ever done is funny. I had to get that off my chest, just so the world knows. I put it out there now. Rob Schneider, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a lovely person, but your work, I can't stand it. Who cares? What the hell do I know? But it's my 2 cents. I think you're bad and you should feel bad. So, Jean-Bucker played all their games in hand. Osana played all their games in hand. We're all at 19 games played. And we are only 4 goals and 3 points off the top of the league. Norm of the North. I've heard of that. I've never seen it. Because why would I? Gojek won. What a hero. Good job, buddy. You were superb. 6 unbeaten now. We are on fire. Battle against regulation. Insular suggested that your team does not have what it takes to stay up this season. We're second in the league. Yeah, I think that's a ridiculous statement, to be perfectly honest. If we're talking about relegation candidates, perhaps Lee should look a little closer to home. Yeah, screw that guy. Your 5-match run of league games without conceding is finally over. Really? Oh, wow. Lacey won. What a hero. How do you feel after it's been? I'm proud of what they've done. Why am I paying attention to any of this? Who cares? You guys have got to stop me from getting sucked into the press conference crap because it's boring. Nobody likes it. Why do I do this to myself? Got 7 days until we play top of the... That's a massive game. Everybody have a day off. Can't deny that they're Hollywood. They are absolutely Hollywood. Any of all the anything Zac Efron has touched. Actually, speaking of Zac Efron, and this will be my last little rant slash correction slash of the night. I didn't like Zac Efron either. But then I watched Neighbours, not the Australian TV show Neighbours, because just no. The movie with Rose Byrne, Australian actress, and Seth Rogen. And it had Zac Efron. And they are worth a look. There's 2 of them. There's Neighbours and Neighbours 2 or Bad Neighbours or something. They might have renamed it. I don't know. They're really good flicks and I highly recommend them. And Zac Efron is in them. And he's not the worst thing in the world. There you go. Oh, who even are you? What's wrong with you? Who raised you? Like, I know who raised you, and I know they did a better job than that. The Australian one. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's fine. Neighbours stopped being good as soon as there was no bouncer in it. The TV show we're talking about. Australian TV show. British people know what we're talking about. But for years, there was a dog in the show called Bouncer. He was a Labrador. He was best. He left the show. It all went wrong. Because that show was all about the doggo. And then they tried to bring in other dogs. And all anybody ever said was, yeah, but it's not Bouncer, is it? Bring back the Bouncer. Can't, the show's over. Although they're bringing it back on Amazon for a short thing, apparently. So, I'm sure somebody's pleased about that. So just let it die. If you're gonna bring anything back, bring back friggin' Firefly. Sick of asking. Like Air Bud. Exactly. The cinematic masterpiece is the Air Bud saga. And the spin-offs, what is it, Little Buddies with the lab puppies or golden retriever puppies. I mean, that stuff was just like, yeah, bigger than the MCU, bigger than Lord of the Rings, bigger than Harry Potter. No contest. Air Bud for life. I'm proud to be a buddy. That's everybody's homework. Go watch Air Bud and all the sequels. Air Bud is like more Chuck Norris than Chuck Norris. These guys are all out of contract. I'm not signing them. I'm pretty happy with our squad, despite our complete and utter lack of depth. But we'll fix that in the off-season and bring in gun players. It's going to be fine. We're going to win the league, and we're going to sign all these good players from John Buck and be absolutely unstoppable. Air Bud spin-off about a monkey that plays hockey called MVP, Most Valuable Primate. Funny thing is, even if you still kept it MVP, Most Valuable Primate, that could be what the NHL calls their MVP award, and it still works. So could the NFL. Are you expecting to receive a bid from Busan for Lee Ji-hoon? We'll pick the most negative one. It didn't give me the option, but what I wanted to say was he'll absolutely not be taking the train to Busan, because any chance I get to make that joke, I'm going to do it. You all know this. I'm legally obligated to keep making Train to Busan jokes. It's in my contract. Lee saying Hune's got a problem. What's your prob, Bob? You want to go out on loan? Lee Si-hwan, sort him out. Fix his head. Oh God, what do you want? Yep, fine. You can go out on loan. I don't care. There's no transfer window. It's not going to happen for ages, but whatever. Actually, we're coming up on the window, I think, soonish. It's like mid-June or something kicks off, right? Why am I asking you clowns? I can literally check on the calendar. What's this? Where are we? May, June. No. So 23rd of June, in like a month and a bit, after a breaky break here. Alright. Fair enough. Right, we are going to grab a save. for a very good reason. One, it's 20 past 11 here. I've got to go to bed. Been going for an hour 40. Late stream for me, but again, I did like, what, 8 hours on Saturday or something stupid, or Sunday, whenever I did it. And, yeah. You've all been doing all right out of me. You can't get blood from this rock solid, stony slab of man meat. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. We're putting a pin in it because our next game is absolutely massive, and I don't want to be doing it while I'm half asleep. We have to face off against Jeonnam. Jeonnam are top of the league right here. We are only 3 points behind them. We were like 8 or 9 points off the pace at one point tonight. Pretty no real fault of our own, other than we drew a game and whatever. But yeah, they had like 3 games in hand on us. They've dropped points and they're within striking distance. If we can maintain our form, we're not only in with a shout of staying up, which we might do pretty bloody easily by the looks of this, just quietly. And then we're not only in with a shot of finishing in the top 6 and avoiding the relegation promotion playoff altogether. If we keep this up, it's like 19 games left in the season. There's a long way to go, but we could be in with a shout of winning the league here. And that is what we're going to kick off the next stream with, because it's going to be awesome. It won't be tomorrow night, because I'm not going to stream, because none of you deserve it, quite frankly. That's not true. You absolutely do, but I need an idol. And I'm trying to stick to the schedule I set for myself. So no stream tomorrow night. We should be back on Wednesday, I want to say. So like, not tomorrow, next day. But what could be a top of the table clash. It's going to be epic. I hope you'll join me. If you're watching the VOD, come along. You're going to have to wait even longer to check this game out, which is stupid. Don't do that. Come and join the stream. Jump into the chat. Talk about rubbish movies all night. It's going to be great. But thank you to everyone watching the VOD. Thank you to all the followers. Thank you to Zach and Lucas stopping in, saying hi. Very much appreciate it. Top of the table clash coming soon. Cannot wait. And until next time, I will see you next time. Salutes and Toulouse.